Hello everyone, welcome to a very bright and sunny and slightly warm Thursday from Freiburg, and this is the second video after the intro, and we are going to go over the sketching process in Gravity Sketch. And then I'll walk you guys through and I'll see what sort of valuable things that we can point out throughout that process. I already have made a recording, so I'll walk you guys through that, and then we'll see. So as you can see here, I gathered some very vague references for the setting and for the design language and some inspirational photos. I don't want to schedule myself too much because that might lead into confusion. I want myself to be as focused as possible with minimal options out there. Our goal in this one is to design a vehicle that could be used in the very snowy, harsh landscapes, but with some futuristic or modern design language that will be that's actually inspired by the stealth ships or like stealth fighters and some rocky landscapes, but also on the other hand I don't want it to disappear too much in the environment, so that's why there will be some vibrancy in there too. We are going to try to keep the design language in balance between futuristic and modern, but it should be like somehow grounded as well. So let's walk you guys through in the video as well. The video is quite rough, sorry about that, it's quite fast. I actually had to stretch it down a little bit to make it slightly faster, so the video won't get too long. Currently I'm going through the first iteration in there. As you can see, the design is quite simple. In Gravity Sketch I want to keep the shading on and the brush, so eventually we'll be able to capture some lines in there and just start iterating from there. It might give us some clues on what to add or just trigger some imagination while we are going through the first processes in the design. As you can see, I already put my references in the background, which helps me a lot because I also lift my head sometimes and check like what's out there, like what I can grab some from. As you can see, I'm just playing around with the wheelbase a little bit to change the silhouette, but also on the other hand I want to be mindful about my decisions on how I want to implement the bagage space, like the carrying space, and I'm adding some roll cages and stuff like that for strapping some cargo and stuff like that. In this one I'm lifting the car a little bit so it can be easy for it to maneuver the rough landscapes. I'm also keeping the mirror on just because, yes. As you also guess why. I'm playing more around the silhouette here, because as I also checked the ones below, it's quite like it was quite samey, so I wanted it to become like differentiated from the others a little bit. I'm increasing the wheel space in this one. The great thing about it is like still you have all the iterations there and can still have a sense of like silhouette, but still there's some like random lines that can create some extra discussion in your head while you're designing. I'm playing around with the side of the car, maybe adding like more wheels, but also I'm not sure if it will work out because like it might increase traction, but it also might not make the car too like suitable for rougher landscapes. But I mean, yeah, you can always like change the way that they might interact with the roughness. So I'm stretching the car a little bit, but still I'm grabbing the stuff that I have done before and adding stuff to it, or just altering it a little bit. I'm not starting anything from scratch because like there's already the main elements there. One thing that I would like to point out that I made a mistake in here, that I forgot to add a guy, like for the scale purposes. I definitely will not recommend you to do that. Please always have a scale reference, because this might create an issue further down the line if you don't really think about the scale in the very first place, which happens to me quite a lot, which is my biggest weakness, I think. Like there are some times that I used to design and just figure out that, oh okay, the scale actually doesn't work, fuck, we had to roll back. Yeah, playing around with the roll cages a little bit, or like what's it called, the bars, in order to, like, to tie some stuff in. I'm also playing around with some like thrusters, or like maybe some engine in the back, just so we can just showcase its power a little bit. But I realized that it's like too over the top, so I kind of ditched that as I progressed. I'm playing more with the bars around it. I want the car to feel safe, but also I don't want to enclose everything. I want it to be slight. I want to keep the bugginess a little bit, but also I don't want it to be too bare bones, because I don't like buggies that much personally. So there will be enough like enclosed space, and like when you think about it, also like it's a very cold area, so there has to be enough protection for the person not to get frozen. So I'm lifting up one of the older iterations, because that's what I do. Like I usually design stuff, but I forget about what I have done in the very first iterations. So I always go back to it so I can refresh my memory and just remember like what I have done before, and I start like picking up the other sketches and pieces and mash everything together. Like as you can see, like if you compare it with the first sketches and the last one, it kind of became a way of reiterating by using kit bashing stuff. I rarely do anything from scratch at this point, because everything's out there. Great thing about guide sketches also, like you can there are some wheel bases. You can also implement them. I didn't want to do it in the first stage. I just wanted to be as rough as possible, because like it also brings out extra like complexity in between me and the design. I was playing around with the mod guards a little bit, but there's a bunch of mods to guard, and like I don't think it's absolutely needed in there, personally. But I'm sure it will have a lot of use there. We will see if I will change it or not, depending on how we will process in the design of this vehicle. So I'm just arranging some stuff right now. I was going to take some screenshots, but yeah. I'm just playing around with the lighting. So yeah, this is currently the process over here. Let's switch back to the actual screen. So yeah, as you can see, the overall initial progress, initial process of design a vehicle is here. I want to keep things rough. I want to create as much options as possible on the get-go. I want to explore everything, so nothing will be kept behind my head, and no, I don't want to miss anything, any opportunities for designing at this stage, because as we make a lot more progress, the design kind of gets locked down. Everything is locked, everything gets like slowly defined, so you don't want to just go further back, because it might create disruptions in the design process and also the production, and it might come costly for everyone. So everything has to be defined at this stage, like more or less, given whatever this sketching can give us, and then you just pick it apart and just start like thinking about like, how I can like group this part, or like how I can define this area, for example, like yada yada. So yeah, this was the initial progress here, and yeah, I will be sharing more with you guys next week. So thank you so much for being here, and please let me know what you think, and if you have any feedback about the video, please ping me. I'll be looking forward to hear about your thoughts, and if you would like to have something to add, please go ahead. Emily's here. Please stay tuned in for the next week, for the next video, and take care, and I'll see you all soon. Ciao.